it's your boy Torian, and this week on Calling Me Trans, we're talking about trans men hating on other trans men. So I put on Instagram asking a few guys, why do trans men hate on trans men? And so here's a few comments I got. Some guys said jealousy, some said insecurity, and then one of my favorite comments, which is said by like maybe 2 or 3 guys in different ways, but pretty much the same point, is that we're all trans, yeah, but that doesn't mean we have to be friends. We don't have to be nice to each other because we are all trans, right? It's crazy to think that because we're trans, we're supposed to be friends. So that's one thing I have to tell you guys, that you don't have to be nice to him because he's trans. You don't have to be friends with him because he's trans. But what you do have to do is respect his journey. The same way you want people to respect your journey is the same way you should just respect his journey, right? You don't have to accept the way he chooses to go about his journey, or you just have to respect it. The same way you want your journey respected, you have to respect his journey. So one thing is that I haven't seen a lot of guys hating on other guys because they don't choose to go on testosterone. But one example of something kind of similar to it is a page. There's a page on Instagram, a shout out page, that's about working out and fitness and FTMs and all that stuff. And so this guy was posted on it, and he has chosen to not go on testosterone. So there's still kind of feminine things about him, but he is still as trans as the other guy. Like, who are you to say he's not trans enough? But anyways, he got posted on this page, and this really masculine trans guy who's been on T for like 4 or 5 years, so he's very much cis looking now, like you can't tell he's trans. And he commented on this picture, being a bit confused as to why this guy is being posted on the page if he's not trans. It's like, yeah, you can be gender fluid and that's cool, but this is a page for trans men, not gender fluid people, right? And so he was really attacking this guy because he's chosen not to be on testosterone, and it just didn't make sense to me because I didn't get it. I didn't get why you have to go out of your way to make a comment like this. Like, how exactly does this guy not being on testosterone affect you in general, right? Another thing I've noticed about the trans community, like a few people, they act like it's a fraternity, like it's something you have to earn your way into. Like, they worked really hard to be trans, therefore you have to work really hard to be trans as well. That's the shit I don't get. Like, when I first came out, right, a bunch of other studs, like after I came out, a bunch of studs that used to follow me decided to transition as well. Like, maybe me transitioning inspired them. I don't know why they decided to do it, but it was a lot of them around the same time as me. And a guy who was trans, who's been transitioning for a while, posted on his page being pissed off about all these studs that are trying to be FTMs now, that, oh, you can't just transition, you can't just become trans. And I'm like, not everyone knew they were trans when they were 3 years old. Not everyone, like a lot of trans men's stories stopped along the lines of, I knew I was trans since I was like 3 or 4 years old. And not everyone's story is like that. And because he didn't realize he was trans till he was 22, doesn't mean he's not as trans as you since you've known since you were 3 years old. Like, what the fuck? Like, if, for me, I knew the word transgender, but I didn't even know much about it. Like, I didn't know about it. And once I got educated on it, I was like, yeah, this is how I identify, you know? And some people don't know what being transgender means. Like, they don't. And if they don't know it, then how can they identify as it, you know? Like, what, you get what I mean? Not like they feel, oh, I feel like I'm a guy. It's like, I feel like I'm myself, and the way I am best represented to the world is as male. Like, so, anyways, this guy who'd been transitioning for a long time, he's like a really popular trans man around the trans people of color, and he posted a stud who didn't really say he was she. I'm going to use she because I don't know what this person's gender is now, but at that time she was a stud, and she was saying how she thinks she might be trans, but she didn't say it in a way that sounded politically correct. So she said something along the lines of, I'm thinking about being transgender and thinking about going through the process. Now that I've seen a lot of people doing it, I think that something along those lines. What I'm saying is a lot more sensible than what she wrote. But this guy took a screenshot of her status on Facebook, posted it on his Instagram, and got like loads of trans men were just bashing this stud because of how she said she felt like she was trans. They were just bashing her, and I comment saying like, what's the point of bashing this person? Like, what does that help? What you should do as a trans man who's been transitioning for a while is to say, yo, dude or chick or whatever, this is not how you say this. This is, I know you might be feeling trans, but this is how you should say it, because being transgender is not something you choose to do, and your comment might be giving off that impression, and it's not very respectful of the community. Something that educates this person, not fucking bashing them. And it's not like they just posted on Instagram. They'd already commented like nasty things to this person, then they brought it over to Instagram so more people can comment nasty things to this person too. So I don't know what this person did about the transition in general, but if that was me, I would feel very like even more scared to come out as trans if this is how the community I'm about to enter is gonna treat me. Like, stop trying to act like being transgender is something that is like you have to earn. Like, you were born transgender. Who's to say he wasn't too? Or this person took a bit longer to figure it out. Don't sit around judging this person because they're not transitioning the same way you were transitioning. Like, what? Like, I don't get it, right? There's loads of people that do things for different reasons, and that's one thing. Sometimes, like, it's so contradictory in this, like, in this community. It's just so contradictory what people say. They say we're all different. We all have a different journey. We all like going through things that are different from each other. And then the next time they're saying that we're all supposed to, oh, you're not supposed to be against him since it's trans. Like, we already have enough going on. We're already going through the same thing, so why are we making life harder for each other? Like, it's just, to me, that's bullshit, because we're not going through the same thing. Everybody's journey is different. So how can you say everyone's journey is different and then say that you're supposed to be nice to this person because you're going through the same thing? No, I'm telling you this. If this guy is a dick, you don't have to be nice to him. You don't have to like him. You don't. But you have to respect his journey. Like that. You just have to respect his transition, because literally nothing you do about it can change the way he's transitioning. Like, I don't know why people are so focused on what other people are doing. Like, focus on your own transition. That's one thing like, when I decided to transition, it was like I took some time to decide why I needed to do that for me. And once I did that, regardless of what I see is going on with other guys, like maybe their changes are happening faster or whatever's going on with them, it doesn't affect my transition because I know I'm doing this for me. But a lot of guys, when they decide to transition, they don't transition for like personal. They don't take that time to figure out why they need to do that for themselves. It's like, oh, I've seen someone else that's doing it and it's working out really well for them, so that's something I should do. And once it's not working out for them the same way, they might take that out on other guys who it might be working better for and bring them down because it's not working for them, you know? But if you're doing it for yourself, regardless of whatever's going on with other people, you're gonna keep doing it for yourself. So this is my advice to you, Torian's tip of the week. When you decide to transition, even now you've been transitioning, take some time to decide why you're doing it for yourself. Not why other people are doing it. Not the other guy that transitioned really well and that's what's inspiring you. No, take some time to make that decision for yourself. So that way, regardless of how anybody else's transition is going, you're going to be focused on your own, right? You're going to be like, okay, I can do this. This is my transition. It's different from his. I'm not transitioning for him. I'm not transitioning for the trans community. I'm transitioning for myself. I'm transitioning for Torian. So regardless of whatever John's doing, James is doing, Jacob is doing, like, it's not going to affect my transition because it is my transition. So that's what you guys need to do. You need to focus on your own transition, and then there'll be so much less hate in the community. I do hate in this because it's like, I don't know if it's really hate or jealousy or insecurity, you know? Like, there's a lot of personal issues going on with you when you feel like you have to bring someone else down to make yourself feel better, you know? So that's my take on the why trans men hate each other or trans men hate each other in the community. You don't have to be nice to him because he's trans. You don't have to like him because he's trans. That's bullshit. Like, just fuck, screw that. You don't have to be nice to him because you're going through the same thing. No. But you just have to be not nice. You just have to be respectful of his journey because you want your own journey to be respected. And you will respect his journey more when you understand how important your journey is to you. So